And I learned that NO is an acronym. NO means next one.
Kids, so here we go. I'm bringing you a really fun one today. So this is Pradeepa. I'm not even going to attempt her last name. I will let her say it because y'all know I got a crazy ass last name too. So I'll let her tell it. But Pradeepa especially is coaching women and couples going through infertility, families going through adoption process, and families that have just adopted a child. Partnering with me during your fertility journey can help provide you with a self-care plan to support you in taking control of your fertility journey. Oh, this is going to be an exciting day, guys. I've actually got some friends that are going through the adoption process right now. So I got a bunch of cool questions for you, but I'm not going to read any more of your bio. But Pradeepa, welcome to the show. Tell us who you are, tell us your story, and how you got to where you are.
Yeah, thank you, Donnie. I really appreciate the opportunity today, and I'm super excited to be talking to you and your audience. By the way, my name is Pradeepa Narayanaswamy.
That's why I didn't say it, guys.
It is a little long, but like when people ask me, I just have an A after every other character, just like Canada.
I love it.
It's just the length of the name sometimes that freaks people out. No, I'm not going to try it. It's not too bad. So eventually I'll let you try it eventually. Like you mentioned, I am a fertility coach and an adoption coach as well. One of the things that I specialize in, especially with regards to fertility, is I help women and couples going through fertility journey, just so that my mission is to really help their infertility journey suck less.
I love that, because I can't imagine that it's like a fun experience because of the conversations you get to have and all that's surrounding that. So I love the whole thought process of making it suck less. All right.
It is a sucky process. You just have to trust that. Like, it is a sucky process, and I cannot change the outcome. But what I can help women and couples and people going through this is, how can you minimize the suckiness? That's it. No matter what the outcome is.
Right. So how did you get into this lifestyle of becoming a fertility coach? I don't even know if I've heard of that before, of a fertility coach. So that's a new one on me.
Yeah, it is a very new niche, and you're correct. There are not a lot of us, maybe very handful of people who are across the world. I'm not just talking about in the Americas, across the world, there's only very handful of people. And I am unique in a manner where I'm not only coaching people, I'm a professional coach by nature. I've been coaching organizations and teams and leadership, but I'm also a professional coach who got the proper education and training and being a coach for a long time now, for 8+ years. But the fertility coaching came to me as an aha moment last year because of my long and painful journey with infertility. And that happened a while ago, but through some soul searching and a powerful question from a friend, I really, oh my God, this is why I have to go through this. And this is what I wanted to do in this life. And this is my purpose. I gone through my fertility challenges, which really, really sucked. There is no better way to put it. It really, really sucked. I went through it for 8+ years. I didn't know why I had to go through all those struggles. Now I know why, Donnie. Because I've been set in this world to help other people so that their life and their journey doesn't have to suck.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I heard something really cool in there. You said you were having a conversation with a friend.
Yeah.
Right? That helped you discover that. And I don't think a lot of people put a lot of thought process into it when they're thinking about their journey and what they want to do and, what's that gift of theirs in life. Talk to me a little bit about that conversation. How did that come about that you discovered that this is your thing?
Yeah, I love it. So last year, I speak quite a bit at conferences. So last year, I was at this biggest technology conference as a speaker. And by the time, I typically, the 8 years of my coaching journey, of 5 years of that, like even now, I work in an organization as a leadership coach inside an organization. That's my day job. But 3 years or so ago, I found my own business as a life coach. But for last 3 years, until last year at the conference, I called myself a life coach, helping people in any and all aspects of the life. So this friend of mine who knew about my business, he asked me like, Pradeepa, I know you have your life coaching business and all on the side. What's your thing? That's the most powerful question for me at that time. What is my thing? I didn't have a good answer for him. I'm so grateful for my friend. Like I was telling him, I wanted to help people going through adoption challenges, adoption processes, or have adopted, because we have adopted our son. I wanted to help minority women. I also wanted to coach people going through infertility. I was kind of all over the place. There was no clarity in my mind at that time. But what I did was, that was so powerful in me. I thought like, oh my God, this is a huge conference with 2,500 plus attendees. And it's a 1-week conference, like a 5-day conference. And I'm so glad I talked to my friend on Monday. So I had the rest of the 4 days. I thought, okay, I am going to meet new people. And whenever I meet new people and introduce myself, I'm going to introduce myself as these 3 different personas, like these 3 different people. And I started doing that. And Donnie, whenever I introduced myself as a fertility coach and shared a little bit about why I'm calling myself a fertility coach, that's when my heart was beating really fast. And there was a tingling sensation in my body, and I got goosebumps all over every time.
You're giving me goosebumps as you talk about it. So I'm right there with you. And here's what I love about that is I don't think people often ask themselves enough about what is that thing they want to do? What do they want to be when they grow up? And I think it goes back to when we're asked as a kid, we love that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we're like, oh, a firefighter, a police officer, and all these things come to mind. But as we get to an adult, life beats us down, right? And we get really hung up on what do I want to do? Which one I want to be? I love the fact that you got asked the question and then you spent the rest of the time testing the water to see how it felt until that light bulb goes off. That is just beautiful. Right.
Absolutely. I love your thought process on we don't give enough thought, or we try to ignore that fact. Like, what was I passionate about when I was young and I was growing up and I was telling all these things that I wanted to do. And eventually when you become an adult, life moves on. You get a job, maybe if you get married, you have a child or children, and your life moves on. You do the same old things, and you retire, and you die eventually, and nobody thinks about the passion or the things that really sparked them when they were growing up, right? Very few people do that.
That is so true. And fertility is one of those like taboo things, right? It's like being a sex coach. Not a lot of people want to admit that they're having fertility problems. So how do people find you? I mean, are they going to Google and typing in "my fertility sucks"? I mean, how are they finding you?
Yeah. Yes. That's a great question. Fertility, the subject about infertility is still a taboo. People, including myself, Donnie, when I was actively going through this, there was a shame factor associated with this.
Right.
And if you're a male, there is that male pride that goes along for the ride. I talked to one of my good friend and a colleague who had fertility challenges. He knew, Pradeepa, I'm so thanking you for doing this, like this is much needed in the world. And he shared a little bit of his journey, and he was going through some challenges of his own along with his wife. And I asked him like, hey, if you would have known about me and my services when you were going through this, would you have reached out to me? It was a plain and simple question to him. He said like, no, I would send my wife to you.
Absolutely. I'm even thinking about me is my wife and I have never wanted the kids route. We never went that thing. But I'm thinking if we had tried and I was having issues, there's no way in hell I'm picking up the phone and say, hey, I'm having problems. It would have taken my doctor or somebody to say, hey, you need to talk to somebody or something to help figure that out. So, and I'm assuming you're coaching both men and women through the process. Are you getting the couples at the same time?
Yes, I work with women. A lot of women are my clients, and many times during conversations, the relationship aspect comes into the play, right? The relationship, because fertility challenges put a pretty big dent on relationship, Donnie. Put a pretty big dent. Anybody that I talk to, maybe we don't accept that fact that it is testing our relationship quite a bit, but it does to a fact. Like, oh my God, like, how are we going to come out of this successfully with our relationship being more stronger, right? Majority of the time, it really tests it. And I know some of my friends' friends, they have ended up getting divorced, not just because they cannot have a child, because they didn't know how to work through their relationship challenges that came into surface very quickly when they were going through something like the sensitive and so intimate with infertility challenges.
Yeah, no, and I'll always tell my client and my listeners, if home life's not right, work life's not going to be right either. And vice versa. If work life's not good, home life's not going to be good. In saying those words, I never brought in fertility as ever part of that conversation. If you're having trouble having a kid, or there are personal issues they may be going through, because for me, success is all about getting your head right and everything else will fall in line. Not being able to have a child when your head is so set on that's your next step in your journey, that's got to put so much stress on you personally that it's going to destroy your work life, because you're so worried about that spouse or your significant other all the way through that. So I'm sure that is one hell of a difficult thing to coach somebody through.
Yeah, it's if they show up for coaching, right? If they have the right mindset, when they put their relationship above any and all of these other things, that's where it becomes. I've coached, Donnie, I've coached couples who were open about this, and they really wanted to strengthen their relationship, strengthen their marriage, if they are married, and they care about the relationship between them. And when they come from that angle, rest of those things disappear, and they not only go out more stronger than ever before, so that they can take on this infertility, which is a smaller hump in their life road, but they take on their life journey as well. This is one small thing in their life journey, and there's so much more to come, right? So they get even more stronger together. And that's what really excites me. Man, think about those couples that I mentioned about who ended up, going to a divorce lawyer and ended up getting divorced and things like that. How much stress it puts upon them, right? And what kind of lifestyle they're going to go have afterwards, right? But if you think about, like, what can I do right now? What can I do right now so that we both feel supported? We both are in this together, and we wanted to do the right thing for our relationship. And if they think from that angle, instead of, my God, this is male pride, or my God, I am emotional, I don't know how my husband is going to travel, right? If you put yourself aside and bring the focus into the relationship that bonds you two together, like, why did you come together in the first place? If you think about that, then those are the couples that are more successful in their coaching. And Donnie, irrespective of the outcome, whether they have a child or not, that comes least. There are plenty of other options.
Yeah, no, that is so awesome. It reminds me of, for years I was a sales trainer and coach, and I always just looked at it as being a sales trainer until one of the days, and in sales, we worked a lot on what we called head trash, all the things going on between their ears. And I knew if I got their head right, that they could fix the sales thing. It became really, really easy. But I never realized that it was transcending the sales thing until one of my clients came up to me and said, Donnie, I got to thank you. And I said, good, how's your sales doing? He goes, no, you don't understand. You saved my marriage. Yeah. And I went, excuse me? And he was dead serious. He goes, I understood my communication errors, and the things you teach from the sales process and everything else really helped me understand how I was miscommunicating with my wife. And so the fact that you're bringing that in as part of that fertility relationship is just a freaking awesome thing, right?
Absolutely. Because this infertility tests your relationship to an utmost degree, where this is not something you will go talk to other people about, because this is still so personal and this is still so intimate. Yet there is a big wall between some people, right? I'm not talking about every couple. There is the wall that's building between the couple, which can be broken.
Right.
Yes, which can be broken. You don't have to live with a wall. And I've seen people, especially, like when they're going through this and when these marital challenges or the relationship challenges creep up, and when they end up getting a child or becoming pregnant, I've seen few people who, like sweep this under the rug and pretend that like, okay, we had some issues that creeped up, but I'm going to pretend that doesn't exist in my life. And I'm just going to move on with my life. And one of my friend always tells, it comes back again, maybe even more stronger.
Absolutely. And that's the funny thing is that's why I love the whole thought process of this life is a journey. Everything we do now affects tomorrow, right? And if we don't take care of everything inside of us, who knows what tomorrow may ultimately bring. It's a beautiful thing. So how long does somebody coach with you when they're going through because you had an 8-year journey,
Yes.
so are people coaching with you for 8 years?
Meaning when I went through this, I did not have a coach. My journey would have been very different if I were to work with the coach. My attitude would have been very different. My relationships would have been very different with my family, with my friends, with my husband. My attitude towards, like my colleagues would have been very different. And I was a shell. I was in a shell. I never exposed anything about my infertility to anybody at work. So last year, after this conference, I claimed myself as a fertility coach. I wrote a blog post in LinkedIn with about like 3,200 connections, not knowing, oh my God, I'm exposing this to these people who never knew anything about that part of my life. I was just literally like this, fingers crossed, like
Right.
What is going to happen to me now, right? I have an image in the industry. What is going to happen? Overwhelming support across the community. People were sending me private messages. Pradeepa, I wish I knew 9 years ago when I was going through this. Pradeepa, thank you so much for doing this, because I understand, or I at least feel the pain, because my sister is actively going through this right now. So there were so many personalized messages to me like that. I knew that, okay, I had to tell my story, because it's not about me anymore, or not about my journey anymore. It's about me wanting to serve the other people who are going through that right now.
And I hope people are hearing this. I talk a lot about putting your authentic self out there and take off the mask and let the world see who you are, because that's what happens. As soon as you put your story out there, you help so many other people that are struggling with their journey and their process. And when you can do that and put that authentic story out there, it's amazing how many people start raising their hand going, wow, you just inspired me to deal with the shit I'm going through. I mean, that is an amazing, beautiful, beautiful thing. So absolutely good on you. Where's all this taken you? So you're a leadership coach in a company, you're a life coach on the side, and now a fertility coach. So do you wear a cape around on a regular basis, in that superhero outfit, or?
I never ever considered myself a superhero, right? I am one thrilled person knowing and living my life purpose. Oftentimes, I mean, even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even when I called myself as a life coach, yeah, this is the place that I wanted to go. But still, like until the conversation I had with my friend last year, it wasn't still clear, like, who am I serving here? But now I'm able to connect the dots between my past and the present right now, knowing my life purpose and making all my decisions based on where I'm going with my purpose. It makes me one really, really happy, authentic person.
That's beautiful, beautiful. One of the things my guests and listeners like to hear is the screw ups, right? Along this journey, I guarantee, because being a coach myself, I know I've done some dumb things, some dumb business moves. So what's one of those big life lessons that you went through that you look back on, you're kind of like, thank God I went through that. But at the time I was going through it, it was almost the end of the world. Do you have any of those stories?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, come on. First time business owner, if I don't have my stories, then I'm not truly doing anything right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. One of my hiccup initially, I never owned my business. I never had to ask money to anybody for anything. And when I started my business, like when I had my first aha moment, oh my God, I wanted to be a life coach because I enrolled myself in a coaching program that really transformed me and gave me ideas about, okay, you can do this coaching outside your organization and help people in any and all aspects of life. That was my motivation to become a life coach and have my own business. And until then, I've always worked for paychecks and money come into my bank account. I never had to ask money for anything. So having my own business, my first hiccup was, okay, this is a service that I wanted to provide. How do I go and ask money? Really, really, really hard for me. Maybe not for everybody, but some people might resonate with me. It was really hard for me. There were so many coaching sessions that I gave for people I serve people with. And at the end, I wanted to ask like, hey, I'm owning a business and this is something that I charge money. And it was almost in the tip of my tongue, but there was something that stopped me and I never asked for money and say like, hey, have a good day. I'll see you next time. Seriously, I did that so many times.
Okay, so you can't run a business without revenue coming in, right? You were running a charity. I get it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that quickly I understood, and my coach also really, by the way, if you are a coach, you need to have a coach. And that's how it works.
Or a couple of them.
Yeah, more than one, at least one coach, right?
Yeah,
yes, yeah. I do have a couple of them, absolutely. And if you don't, that means, you don't believe in coaching, so you shouldn't be coaching.
I am 100% in agreement with you.
Right? So my coach really challenged me from my mindset perspective. Pradeepa, there is the value that you're providing. And it's okay to ask money as the exchange for the energy that you are providing, because you are transforming other people's lives, right? And there is that limiting belief that I have to get over it. And I had to work really, really hard on that to finally ask money for my services. Finally, I did. And it wasn't so bad. There were some people who said yes, and there were some people who said no. And that was okay. At least I asked. I wasn't holding it back. Now, and not feeling like, oh my God.
And what's it like now, right? So you've been doing this for a while. I want people to hear this. What's it like now when you've got to go ask somebody for money for coaching?
Right now, you know what? I don't even think about that. I have to ask money. I am transforming people's lives. I am making their fertility journey suck less. I am healing and strengthening people's relationship. I am transforming people, going after their dreams and pursuing the things that they thought oh my God, it was when I was 5 years old, I thought about it. Now what? I am making dreams come true possible for people, and I'm helping people in all these aspects. So it's an exchange of service. That's pretty much it. I don't see money as it's just something that we are exchanging in return. Think about a couple who have to go to paying me this amount of money if they don't do anything, and if they end up going to a divorce lawyers are not cheap.
Right. And now you've gone the full circle of scared to death to ask for money, dealing with your own demons of what will people think of you and all that stuff, to now it's just a transference of energy. That's where, a lot of people get hung up on this whole money thing as they grow their business. And I love how you said that your coach helped you through that. You're doing a gift for people. You're helping people out. That's just the natural outcome of you helping people.
Nobody needs coaching. Only I work with people who wanted that transformation, who wanted to work with me, who wanted to do something amazing in their world, amazing in their relationship, who are committed, right? Who are committed, who are willing to show up authentic and vulnerable. These are the people that I wanted to work with.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
not for everybody.
Well, and I've always looked at business for me is if I could get enough no's, I could get to where I want to go. And luckily for me, I learned that early on in my career, but it's the no's that lead to success. Exactly. And a lot of people are so scared of getting that no, they won't put themselves out there, right? And they won't continue to go for it. But if you just understand, it's a concept that the no's are the learnings. The no's are the wins, because it's just getting you one step further. And it's the tenacity and the fortitude that keep pushing forward when you don't want to, that really changes the game for everybody.
Absolutely. I love you say that because that's the game that I'm playing right now. No, I recently I was at a coaching intensive in Los Angeles in April, and I learned that no is an acronym. No means next one.
I like it. I like it.
How cool is that, right? And I also truly believe in like, yes lives in the land of no.
Yes, it does. It does. 100%. That's awesome. So where's this all taking you? You've got a crazy fun ride. I mean, well, first of all, I know in third grade, and I love telling people my third grade teacher's name was Miss Smiley. What a great name for a third grade teacher, right? But I know you didn't raise your hand and say I was going to be a fertility coach in third grade. So you've gone on one hell of a ride to get here.
Yes.
Where's all of this taking you? Where are you going with all this? I mean, what's next?
Where am I going with all this? I am going and creating awareness as much as possible so that people know that, you know what, infertility is not a taboo thing. You can talk, you don't have to go and announce the whole wide world in your Facebook page. But there are people like myself who have gone through that struggle and came out I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. I've swam to the shores. You can work with people like myself to really, again, it's all about helping with their journey so that their journey suck less. Their relationship can be more stronger. They can live and lead a very nice life, even if they have infertility, no matter what the outcome is all about. Right? So that's where it's taking me. Right now, I am in the process of creating a lot of awareness. Like you mentioned, Donnie, fertility coaching is still a very new niche.
Yes.
There are a lot of therapists out there. I do want to segregate. There is a huge difference in my mind between what a therapist and what a coach is.
100% agree.
Yeah. So therapists, mental health professionals, they help with things, like that you really need serious medical care of. Coaching, on the other hand, you're a perfectly fine individual. Now, you don't have any mental health issues. You're just stuck in your life with whatever you're stuck with. And I help people move forward wherever they are stuck. It's all about moving forward in your life. And that's all we all need to do, right? What's the point in going back and staying in the present if you're feeling stuck? The only way to get out of that rut is move forward.
Absolutely. It's funny is I'm known for telling people that I just help people get out of their own damn way so they can go succeed in life. And that's all you're doing is helping people get out of their own damn way so they can go. And if they have a child or, they can continue on the relationship, whatever the outcome is, you're just helping them get out of their own way. So it's a successful journey for them.
Exactly. And some of my clients actually who came as a fertility client, maybe that's the starting point for them. Some of them are doing some miraculous things. They're going after some of their passions that they were thinking about when they were like 5-year-old and 10-year-old, right, or early teens. Like one is creating a community garden in her community right now. That's been a long time dream for her. She's going after it like full blown. My God, the impact that she's making on that community and the small kids that she's, working with so that, they all understand nature and how things work and grow and things that it's so amazing. They're wonderful people doing wonderful things. And that's what I'm helping with. I'm showing them a flashlight on, hey, okay, you are stuck here in this quicksand right now. Look what's possible over there.
That is so awesome.
See how we can get there, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. Either they're doing it individually or they're doing it together as a couple.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, all right, so you do the one-on-one coaching and you have a couples retreat that you're working on?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, that's the special thing that I've just started. And again, this idea came to me pretty recently. And I've known and heard about a lot of couples retreat where you have somebody, a coach or somebody who facilitates the retreat with multiple couples. To me, I wanted to take that idea, but I wanted to tone it down into me with one couple at a time. Because, these are the couples who are either actively going through infertility or these are the people who have ignored some of the relationship challenges when they were in their infertility journey, no matter where they are today, right? So either had or going through. So those are the people that I take on this amazing 2-day deep personal intensive. They are not only going to get an opportunity to renew and repair their relationship, but they are also going to get an opportunity to connect with each other on a personal basis, on an intimate basis that they were not able to do while on their regular life journey. So I'm taking them in a deeper journey. The outcome is going to be they're not only going to come out stronger than before, but they will have a newfound love. They will have a newfound appreciation. They will have a newfound courage and strength to take on this road, their life road, which is a longer road, even though right now they are in their small hump with infertility.
Absolutely. So is this something where you're going on like in a hotel, retreat, spa type thing?
Retreat spot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be such an intimate setting. That's why I can make a lot of money with bringing more couples into this, but I'm very specific on, I wanted to work with one couple at a time. Every couple is unique, every couple is special, and their relationships are very special. And I want to give my complete attention to this one couple. So I want to make this experience as amazing and as wonderful that they have never experienced before. And I have searched so much in the internet, Donnie. There's nobody out there offering fertility retreats for individual couples.
Beautiful. Which may prove to be one hell of a niche for you, girl, when you can find gaps in the market space like that. So that's awesome. I love that. So how do people get in touch with you? I mean, because I'm never going to find myself into a conversation where somebody's going to most likely tell me that they're having fertility issues, right? Yeah. So people are going to have to find you through awareness. How do people find you? How do they connect with you? How do they reach their hand up with that secret knock on the door that they can say, hey, I need to talk to somebody?
Right. The best way for people to get all the information about me is through my website, which is www.lives-transformed, transformed.com. That's the best way to find all the information about me. But also, I run an online closed support group. This is for anybody and everybody. It's a support group. But the uniqueness about my support group is I facilitate a monthly call over video with Zoom. So nobody, again, like none of the other online fertility support groups are offering that. So my group it's still brand new. It's still a baby group, but I have like 50 plus members now. So I'm very proud of that.
Congratulations.
And I had my first support group meeting. People loved it. So I wanted to do more of that. This is my way of serving anybody and everybody going through fertility challenges. I cannot be the coach for all the people, but through this medium, I'm able to serve anybody and everybody who's coming into my support group. Wow. And Donnie, the name of my support group is Not Your Typical Fertility Support Group.
I love it. That's so awesome.
And you can find it in Facebook, answer a couple of questions, send me a request. I'll be more than happy to approve it. This is for anybody and everybody. It's not just a women's group. It's for anybody and everybody.
And it's a free group, right?
It is a free group. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Just not, like people are not going to, this group is going to share ideas and going to share resources with people that are going to be heavily, heavily helpful for these people. Mother's Day is coming up in 2 days. And it's such a tough day for women, especially going through infertility challenges, who are not able to conceive and have a child of her own. So one thing that I wanted to tell your listeners, if you know of somebody who's going through that, just make Mother's Day a pretty big hug day. Give them a hug and just tell them that you're thinking about them or you're there for them. If women going through this, feel free to say no when people are asking you to come for lunches or dinners, or somebody is expecting a happy Mother's Day from you. I have been there, Donnie. It's such a really hard day. Man, I have to say happy Mother's Day to somebody when I'm not able to become a mother myself, right? And when I'm going through all these challenges. So make happy Mother's Day for everybody who is a mom. For the rest of us, happy hug day.
Happy hug day. I love that. I love that. And everybody's going through something.
Yes.
Right. Even if you don't know it, be prepared to embrace whatever they're going through. And I love the thought process behind a hug day, because every day should be some sort of hug day in my book. Pradeepa, thank you. That's a word. I just said thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us. Just so fun hearing your journey and hearing your story. Any parting words that people can take with them on their journey as they go through everything? Any final phrases that you could give people that they could just take along with them?
Yeah, I wanted to share this quote that I have on my website as well. This is your life, and it has been waiting for you to discover it.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
That's by Rhonda Bryan. So I think that's how we pronounce her last name. Yeah, I love that quote, and I look at it every day. So go after your dreams. Go after your passion. Don't let infertility stop you or get you stuck where you are. Work with me. I can help you get unstuck.
Beautiful. Thank you again, Pradeepa. I really appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you, Donnie.
Wow, that was just an awesome episode. What a freaking journey. Man, when you hear stuff like that, you just get goosebumps on the ride. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this episode. Please do me a favor, comment on it. Let this person know how much you value their story, their information. Please share this with your friends. It would mean everything to me.